Yeah. Hello. Just get that in there. Alright. Okay. Let's do another tutorial. Let's do a floating tower this time. Last time was a dagger. I'm going to put something up about that soon because I'd like to tattoo that on someone and film it so you kind of get the original sketch, then the tattoo. And I think that'd be pretty damn cool. But this time, let's draw a floating tower. My screen all rickety and recording, and let's draw a floating tower together. You can follow along. It's gonna be real time. I'll speed up the bits where I'm not talking much. Last time I mumbled a lot and I cut it out. This time I'm not gonna mumble. I'm just gonna draw, but I'll tell you each section. First off, same as before. Let me make sure this is recording. It is. So, got my screen here. So we started with the same as before. I'll link to the last video, like here, yeah, somewhere up there. Same as before, A4, 300 DPI, and we're gonna get up a paper texture, which I've already got here, and a new sketch above it, a new layer above it. We want to go to canvas, drawing guide, edit drawing guide, and change the drawing guide to symmetry. Stick that in the middle, make it any color you damn want that you can see. I'm gonna make mine black. And yeah, get out your eagle hawk. That's what I use for the rough sketching. So get out your eagle hawk and let's get a cracking. Let's rough out some shapes and some ideas of this. Okay, so really you got to think about perspective. There is a perspective tool in this, but I haven't mastered that yet, so I'm not even going to try and show you how to use it. All I do is I'll get like 2 lines. Oh, that's too big. 2 lines next to each other. Remember, hold it, press on the screen, you'll get a straight line to whatever angle you want it to be. Right, so perspective wise, we're gonna go one up there and kind of like 2 triangles, one at the top, one at the bottom, and in the middle you'll have like the straight on. So you're looking at it as if it's like you're looking, you know, at the middle of it. At the top it's taller, at the bottom it's lower. The bottom's not gonna matter as much because we're gonna add some rock there, but the top will matter. So yeah, let's get a rough idea out.
Okay, give it a little bridge there.
As you work the lines down in the design, as you can see I'm doing here, make sure you slowly get them more straight towards the middle. It'll make sense when you're tattooing it. You got to imagine, you could draw 2 dots where the center is and then draw lines. Nah, that's not going to help at all. You know, worth a try. I'm trying to think of some new stuff. Right, so yeah, just be aware of where it starts to go straight. So you always have to start making them shapes a little bit wider towards the middle than they are at the edges. Perspective. Perspective. Like perspective. Straight. Triangle. Perspective.
Okay.
So I'm only going to draw the rough shape of the tower. The rock I'm going to turn off symmetry for. Alright, now we're going to turn off the symmetry and draw the rock, the rough rock, with the eagle hawk pen. Symmetry off, right, let's do some rough. We'll be a bit crazy with this now, man, like just lines. I mean, it might help to bring up some pictures of rock, like in Pinterest or whatever on Google, just get some samples of jagged mountain rock. Make sure you add them little floating bits to pad out the shape.
Ready for the toe. Okay.
Right, so that's the rough sketch done. Now we're going to the next layer, the neater sketch. In this it's just called neat sketch. So we're gonna lower the opacity and lock the rough sketch layer. And we'll lock the paper layer. I should have done that at the beginning. Rookie mistake. Lock the paper layer. You draw on that paper. It's the most frustrating thing in the damn world. So don't draw on the paper layer. Neat sketch. Right, that's the neat sketch of, well, I say neat, that's like the neater lines of the rock done. Now I'm gonna put the symmetry back on, but do this in a new layer. I haven't made a layer ready for it, but for the top, because you're gonna wanna rub out the bottom where it overlaps the rock. We'll call this layer Neat Tower. Look, the lower one, neat tower. Let's go!
So,
Cool. So there's your shape. Right. Now, these have a lot of room for harsh shadows, and it's good. Like I think I said before, the shadows aren't always going to be, you know, globally perfect. Like, they're not going to be exactly how they might be in real life. But it's good to have a bit of a play around with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my light source, just more to help with the video. So I'll just make a new layer, call it light source. Alright, yeah. So you just draw a line. Right, there's my line. That wasn't very good. Let's try another one. There's a line. There's a line. Right, that's where my light's coming from. Okay, so now you can you could draw that over any part just to get a good idea. So it's always going to be the same angle. You know, even the rock. Where's that going to cast the light? You know, draw some lines over your thing. In a new layer, draw some lines. All right, now we're going to go to final, which will be like the neatest part. You know, I'll keep the lines from the neat tower. Also going to rub the neat tower lines out on the bottom here quick, just so you get the idea. Yeah, cool. So got your light source, lock your light source, and lock your neat tower, go to final. Now we're going to do the shading and neaten it all out a little bit. Okay. For the little floaty rocks, I'd definitely recommend drawing the lines going, because you could cast a shadow from the floaty rocks, and because they're a little bit further away, you want to feather the shadows out a little bit. you want to make your shading appear smoother, cross-hatching's good. So just sketch that way, and then go back and sketch the other way. Little tip, the shadow will always be darker nearer the side next to where the light source is hitting. So if the light source is hitting, how do I explain it? You'll see it in the sketch. For the rock underneath the tower, I like to leave like a plateau at the bottom, because then you got more area to put our shadows in, you know? So like as in if the tower was sitting on the side of a mountain before it got knocked off into space, it was sitting on like a flat surface, and then this rock of land from underneath it came out along with the tower, you know? So then, as you can see in the sketch, like Where's that? There's this bit will be flat. This bit I'm drawing the lines on now. That will be flat, and this bit will be shadow. Yeah. Right, now that's the main shading done. So I'm gonna add some details now, just some little cracks and stuff like that, just to give it some more character. Cup of tea, mate. Right, now a little blast over of some peppery shit, just to like tie it all together a bit. Bamboo chalk. Keep it quite low, otherwise the dots are quite big, so smaller brush size and just brush over the top.
That's too much.
That's it, and it kind of, and that should like pull the details together a little bit more, which would be quite nice, pleasing on the eye. That's your tower done. Now I'm gonna add some white. Now you've done the bamboo chalk, the white should show up real nice in that.
It's white.
You even add detail with the white, which you could just use a liner to do the white over the not so heavily shaded areas, add a bit more detail, a bit more flair, like it's picking up textures on the surfaces. just want to think of anywhere that would pick up light on the non-shadowed side, especially on like harsh corners, stuff like that.
Put it in there.
There you go, little floating tower. Now you can always add some flames coming out of that, make it a bit more interesting. I like the look of this. It looks mysterious to me. It looks like it's been somewhere. Just imagine it floating around in space, and you know, one day someone will find it. Maybe there's an old priest in there of some forgotten religion ready to tell them a story of how he survived for millennia floating through space on his faith alone. I don't know, some shit like that. But add what you want, man. I'm gonna leave the inks to you. I feel like it'd be nice to see what you come up with the inks. Maybe you could share them and tag me in it on Instagram. Thanks again for watching. I hope that was of some help, maybe a bit of inspiration if you're stuck on what to draw next for a flash piece, whether you're, you know, just starting out, building a portfolio, an apprentice looking to, you know, work on their expertise, or a tattooist who's just stuck on something to draw and wants to try something new. Like, these towels are cool. I mean, they're to my taste, they might not be to yours, but you can adapt them. You can put it in ground, put scenery behind it, you know, put Mickey Mouse on fire in the window if you want. Doesn't matter, do what you want. It's your design. This is just a little bit of a inspirational video to help you further your creative passion or something like that. Anyway, I really appreciate you watching. I'm gonna keep making videos. Fucking love doing this. This is sick. Please subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. Leave a comment on what you'd like to see more of, or if you think I'm a pile of shit, then also leave a comment. If you think I should have done the lines in this video and the actual ink part, then call me lazy and say I should do it next time. I'm cool to do that. I've also set up a buy me a coffee, which I've left a link for in the description below. It would really help if you could support my channel and this creative stuff, because obviously I'm doing this in my spare time and it can get quite taxing. It does take a lot of time, so I would appreciate that a lot. But even if you don't, it's up to you, completely up to you. Just you being here watching this is enough for me. Thank you. See you later.